What is the statement of the problem? There are four statements that are given, and we have to find out which statement is false. The first one is both addition and multiplication are associative for whole numbers. So statement A, I put it, okay, this is from NCERT exemplar exercise.
So statement is false.
Yeah, sorry, what? I don't,
Statement is false.
uh, no, wait a minute. Associative for whole numbers. So statement A is about associative property. Okay. So what it says is that both addition and multiplication are associative.
Sir, how is multiplication associative?
So what is the question is, what is then associative property?
So associative means if you add by 0, then you will get the same number. You have to do it by 0. Like if they are saying you have to multiply by.
No. That is not the.
So shall I tell?
That is 1 second. Vidit. That is a identity function. We will come to identity function a little bit later. Yes, Mudit, please tell us what is associative property.
Sir, it is like when you are 3 plus 7, 10 and then uska ulta kar dete 7 plus 3. You reverse the number.
Yeah. So that is one example of an associative property in which if you do a mathematical operation between two or more numbers, in this case it could be more, in this case there are only two, but it could be any number of numbers, right? You could have, for example, 3 plus 7 plus 456, and you could add this in any way. You could start with 7, add 456 to this, and then add 3. Okay, the result of both these sets of operations would be exactly the same, and for that reason the product of these numbers, sorry, will also be the same. It doesn't matter in which order you do it, right? 3 times 7 times 456 is also going to be the same as 7 times 3 times 456, let's say. So it does not matter in what way, in what order you do the operations will work out to be exactly the same in terms of the result. So this is associative property, and it's obvious to see that for addition and multiplication for whole numbers, associative property is true. So therefore, we can write that this
This is true.
is true. Okay, so we have eliminated A. A is not false. See, remember, we are looking for what is false. So any doubt about associative property now? Okay, so one thing I should note down over here is somebody has a confusion about associative property, which is a property of numbers, and identity functions. Okay, so we will come to that. It's a good thing in the same question we see associative property as well as identity function. So then we can compare the two and be clear about what is, which one is which is the which, and which has the which. D. Do you know that poem? Anyway, we'll come to that later. So the next statement is 0 is the identity for multiplication of whole numbers. Okay, so here we come to the identity function. And I like this word identity. Identity of whole numbers is 0. I'm writing the statement in a slightly modified form. Just make sure that what I have written and what is there in the assignment reads exactly the same. Okay, it is possible that I can make an error, so I want you all to be alert about that and correct me if I'm wrong. I like that about your class. You correct me if I am wrong. Now, what is an identity function? Okay, and like I said, I like the word identity because identity points to yourself, right? So if I say, what is my identity? My identity is who I am, right? My name is part of my identity. Where I was born is part of my identity. When I was born is part of my identity. What work I do is part of my identity, right? Things that point towards me, therefore, are identity in terms of human beings, in terms of the social world. But in the world of numbers, again, identity are those numbers that point to itself when you do a mathematical or an arithmetic operation. Okay, so for example, in addition, I'm going to give an example from addition. Okay, for a whole number, any whole number, let's take 3563, just at random. What should I add to this number so that I get the same number again? Yeah, go ahead. Anybody can answer this question. Somebody,
Zero.
anybody from class 4 also can answer.
0.
Correct. So therefore, we can make the statement that the identity of whole numbers is 0 for addition. Why? Because if you perform the addition operation to that whole number, you get the same whole number again. It points back to the original number. So in multiplication, if you take some other number, what should you multiply it with to get the same number again?
One. One.
One.
So therefore, what is the identity of whole number for multiplication?
1.
1. So what can we say about this statement?
False.
False.
Okay. So now what has happened is, as a result of that, we actually have already arrived at the answer. So at this point of time, you can stop and you say, I am expecting that there is only one answer to this question because it's an MCQ, a multiple choice question. So B is the correct answer and you can stop. But I went ahead and I also looked at C and D. And it's always a good idea to do that when you're solving multiple choice questions. You have to also effectively eliminate all the other options. Okay? And since you are more or less sure about B being the correct answer, you just need to quickly look at C and D and see that it is correct. It is possible that people can make an error in formulating the questions, and that there may be two possible correct answers, which would be a problem if it was a MCQ. And if we identify any such question, if you look in the beginning of this exemplar book, they say that in case there are errors, please write to us and we will be happy to correct ourselves. Okay? So students, teachers, parents, whoever is using the textbook, if you find that there is something wrong, you should write to the textbook company and ask them to correct the error. Or maybe they will write back to you saying, we checked, it's not actually an error, this is how it is, but in any case, you are engaging with the process. So question number C says, addition and multiplication are both commutative for whole numbers. I'm just going to use short form now. Addition and multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. All this is dealing with whole numbers. What does commutative property mean? What does commutative property mean? I am asking, look, there is one thing, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, when I ask questions,
Sure.
I'm not asking questions I'm not asking the answers for questions that I already know. I have forgotten what commutative means. I really have forgotten. Okay? So you must help me out over here. What is commutative?
Sir,
Yeah,
So commutative comes from the word commute or move around. So
yeah.
the commutative property is the one that refers to moving stuff around.
Moving what around?
Stuff around.
So how is it different from associative property? There also you move the numbers around. So is there any difference between commutative and associative? So give me an example, let's say.
Sir, an example.
Yeah,
Sir, like for addition, the rule is
yeah.
a plus b equals to b plus a. In numbers, this means 2 plus 3 equals to 3 plus 2. For
Okay.
multiplication, the rule is AB equals to BA. In numbers, this means 2 into 3 equals to 3 into 2.
But this sounds exactly like the associative property. What is the difference between associative and commutative? Because they have two different words for describing the same thing that usually does not happen. And they shouldn't ask the same thing twice within a question. So is this something wrong with the question? Should we write to NCERT, or is our understanding not quite correct? What do you think? I'm just going to Google the two properties now. I really do not know what these are. Anybody who finds out can let me know. Yeah, commutative.
So I read this from Google only.
Yeah, it is. It does say commutative is what you are saying it is. So what is associative property then? Maybe we made a mistake. Ah,
So
associate.
I Googled it.
Okay, I got it. Our reading of associative property was slightly incorrect. So what you are saying for commutativeness is this. That means you can change the order of the numbers however you like. That means you can commute the numbers, move it from one place to another. And for at least addition and multiplication, commutative property holds true. Associative property, then we need to relook. Okay, so let us do that. Just to make sure that what we have concluded over here is true. So
So yesterday when we discussed associative property 1, you said it was false.
No, I might have. That is why I'm saying that is an interesting question for me because it corrected some idea that I had. So associative property is this, okay? You can write A plus B plus C, okay? And it does not matter in what order you add the numbers. So this is got more to do with the order, and this has got more to do with the arrangement of the numbers. It seems to me that they are more or less the same thing, but there seems to be a distinction. We have to understand why do they make a distinction between associative properties and commutative properties. So associative properties is this: when you have to add three numbers or multiply three numbers, then if you have A plus B and you do that first and then add it to C, it is exactly the same as adding A to the sum of B and C. Okay, and you can see that obviously they work out to be exactly the same. The difference over here, if you write the same three letters A plus B plus C, I hope you are comfortable with talking about numbers as A, B and C. You understand that, right? We are representing whole numbers as A, B and C. So it could be anything. This can be written as B plus C plus A. This is commutativeness. What I have done is B, which is in the second position, I moved to first position. C, which is in the third position, I moved to second position. And A, from first it went to the last position. So therefore, that is commutativeness. Okay. Here, I am not changing the order of the numbers. A, B, and C are exactly the same way. But what I have changed is the order in which I am doing the computation. Okay. How I want to club them together. So that is associative property. I think associative property and commutative property works out to be the same whether you do addition or multiplication for whole numbers. Okay, negative numbers, there might be some things, but we will come to that later. So is it clear now what is the difference between the commutative property and the associative property? Or does anybody want to ask another question about this? Any questions? Associative and commutative properties? Okay. So then we'll move on. We'll have to look at the last statement and eliminate that statement also. The last statement says multiplication is distributive over addition for whole numbers. Now, what is distributive property?
Sir, distribution, something related to that.
Yeah, distribution. It has got to do with distribution. So, what is distribution?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in multiplication, I have an example.
Sorry?
I have an example.
You have an example. Okay, examples are very good. Tell me.
So it like you have a sum like 101 into 99. 101 into 90. 1 into 99. So you can write 101 into 100 minus 1.
100 plus 1, like this.
No, no, 101. You don't have to write 100 plus 1. You have to directly write 101 and not in brackets. 101 into brackets 100 minus 1. Then it continues by 100 into 101 into 100 minus 101 into 1. Then you get the answer.
So,
100 brackets 101 into 100 minus 101 into 1.
which means that multiplying two numbers can be converted into addition, can be distributed into an addition. Your example is correct, but it does not illustrate how distribution over addition takes place. Your solution gave me another possibility. Your example gave me another possibility. What if I have 101 times 105, let's say. Okay, so this can be written as 100.
Sir, you're not audible.
Sorry, is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes, sir. Now.
so can I write this as 100 plus 5? Then I get 101 times 100 plus 101 times 5. So that's easy, right? Because I get 101 followed by 2 zeros plus 505. Then the answer pops out 10605. Is that what you mean? Does this make sense?
So I didn't understand this.
Which part did you not understand?
So the whole distributive property.
Okay. So what it says is when you have to multiply two or more numbers, what you can do is you can represent it as addition done over multiplication for both numbers. So this example, can you see 101 times 105? I just yeah. So this number I can choose to write as 101 times 105 I am writing as 100 plus 5. Is that correct? Can I write 105 like that? Yes? I'm talking to, I think Panav said that he was not able to follow. I'm talking to Panav.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. So then I can write it as 100 multiplied by 101 multiplied by 100 first. So I'm grouping these two together over here. Okay? And then I am
So your board's frozen. I can't see anything.
frozen.
Yes, sir. So it's frozen. So your video is like pausing and then resuming.
Yeah, but that's okay as long as you can hear me correct. There is nothing much moving on the board anyways. If the voice is not coming properly, then it's a problem. Otherwise, it's not a problem. Now is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then what I do is I multiply the 101 with the 5 and I write that down over here. So what I have done therefore is I have distributed the multiplication, so the multiplication of these two numbers, I have distributed it as an addition between two products. Why did I do that? I did that because I can see that multiplying something with 100 and multiplying something with a 5 is easier than multiplying something with 105. Okay, and when I do that, 101 times 100 is easy because I just have to add two zeros at the end. And 101 times 5 is also very easy because 5 times tables are very easy. And so out pops the answer. Okay, so now Panav, is it clear what we mean by multiplication?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, multiplication is
D is true.
yeah, D is also therefore true. So this is an interesting property, this distributive property. And it's very useful in problem solving if you know your distributive property well. How to distribute the number in such a way that it can easily help you solve the problem. So this is also true. Okay, so the only statement that is false is B, B for Bombay. So therefore, that is the answer to the question. Okay, is it clear now?